I'm going to show you how I took my boat from looking like this to looking like this, a proud vessel on the high seas. After a week of gruesome sanding, it was time to start applying the International Perfection primer. It didn't go exactly to plan. I had to apply 3 coats and do a bunch more sanding. My friend Foster Christopher from SailHub came over to help me, and we managed to get a good finish in the end, ready to apply the top coat. Enjoy the video. Before we get into the video this week, I want you to check out SailHub, the YouTube channel. For those of you who don't know, this is my mate Chris, the absolute legend, who helped me out with painting the boat and doing a bunch of other stuff. When we did the shakedown cruise, he produced a video on the refit, all the work that we did together, and then some of the work that I did by myself. It's a really good video, as all of his are, really well produced, and they're actually useful for sailors, so check that out. It is SailHub on YouTube. Now into my video. Yo, so got all the back masked up, looking very pretty and decorative. A few more spots that I found that I just want to get a little bit more epoxy on, just some tiny little pinholes, but I want the transom to look perfect. Like I said, it's the only place that you actually look at constantly, so if I can see little bits that piss me off on the transom, that is going to really irritate me. So I'm getting all this fixed up, so this looks great. Got all the masking tape around the tow rail, although it doesn't serve as much as a tow rail, it's just a big long piece of teak, which is bullshit, by the way. Why don't they put actual tow rails on boats anymore? That's a like, look at this do-for here. Put all your tackle on here, get some blocks on there. You know, that's actually useful. I've just got a piece of wood. Bollocks. Yeah, just getting this sorted. Gonna put the masking tape around the waterline now and around the windows, and then this is all set. I just need to sand the back. There's one area at the front which I need to sand, which I'll do tomorrow. It's going to rain. No, it's not raining tomorrow, but there's 15 to 20 knots of wind, and I'm not painting in that because that's just a bit too much. The day after, there's no wind. We're getting a breeze from the north, and it's going to be like 19 degrees during the day and sunny, so that's going to be good conditions for painting. Yeah, it just started raining a little bit, you can see, and I just put some fresh epoxy filler down. That's a pain in the arse, but it's only a bit, so it should be fine. So yeah, that's what's going on. Morning. So 6:30 wake up this morning, getting ready to put the coat of primer on. Got all my gear up here. The sun's over there, and I think the sun is going to hit this side probably in a couple hours, so I should be able to get I reckon maybe halfway down the boat. That might be optimistic, let's see. But yeah, about to start mixing, getting my primer mixed up. So this is the primer, so I've got a blue here. Let me move this up a bit. So this is the blue in the big tub, and then I've got a smaller tub of white because you can't get the blue in the smaller tubs. So I'm going to mix them up just so I've not got like one area of the boat that's got white primer on, because I think I'm going to need all of this to go around the boat. Alright, so this is a 3-to-1 mix, and I've just dumped some of the white in here to mix this up. So this is really thick stuff. So I've got the number 9 Perfection thinner, which I think I'm going to have to put quite a bit in actually, because this is pretty thick, unless the curing agent like really thins it down. Not sure if it does. So I'm mixing this. So I think I dumped about 250 of the white in here with the blue. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, this is pretty liquid actually, so this might thin it down quite a bit also. This is thinner number 9. This is the thinner that you use for Perfection. Undercoat and top coat. That's about 10% thinners, which looks nicer. That looks like a pretty nice consistency. It's a nice colour. Cool, so I've done like the first patch here. 10% is like not enough thinners. I think I'm gonna give a try on 20 and see how that goes, because you can see this is way too thick. and I'm also going to have to do like one line then roll, one line then roll, but you can see like by the time it's gone on here, it's just streaking and it's way too thick. So I think I'm going to take it to 20 and then see how that goes. This is just the undercoat, so I'm not that bothered if I bugger it up and it's too thick, because I need to like totally sand it all back anyway, so that's fine. This is just so the top coat just like actually sticks to the boat. But yeah, I'm going to need to like give about 20% a try and see how that goes, because like 10% is just not good enough. By the time I've got it on, it's already setting. So yeah, I think I'm going to have to go for 20. Cool, so 20% thinners, still not enough really. It's drying when I get it on there, so you can see it's like super streaky. So I'm going to go for 30%, give that a shot. But yeah, like I said, it's the undercoat, so I'm not that bothered. It's all getting sanded off anyway. So yeah, we'll give 30% a shot and then we'll go and do the other side. Right, so I've got the first coat of undercoat on. Here it is. Looking blue. I'm looking blue. So it's streakier than it looks, and it's not a good finish. So like, okay, here's what I've learned. It's going to take me 5 hours to do one side. So I've learned that I'm going to have to get a cover to go over this side of the boat. So I'm going to have to get some type of tarp that's like at least 1.5 meters wide. It's going to have to go over, because the problem was as soon as the sun started hitting the boat, which was basically like 7:30, it didn't take that long. As soon as I was putting the brush down to like go and get the roller to get another round of paint, the edge was dry already. So basically, like, you can see if you look through here, you can see the edges, and then when you get down to the back here, this has just been put on, but you can't see the edges here. So I think 10 to 15% is the right amount of thinner. On here I was using 30 because I had to, otherwise I just literally couldn't move the roller over the I couldn't move the roller over the boat for that long, because it was just getting it was just drying so quick. Combination of the sun being on it and then the boat just getting hot as well from the sun. So I think 15% thinners is going to be fine. I'm going to have to get a cover to go over here. I'm not that impressed with the finish as this. It's the undercoat, so it's not meant to be a great finish. It's just like a matty crap finish anyway. Obviously it all gets sanded, so I'm not bothered. I'll reserve judgment until I've done the top coat, until I've done the actual finish coat, and a couple of them as well. So done this today. I'm now going to chill. I'm going to do stuff inside. I've got loads of other stuff I need to do. I'm going to do the other side tomorrow. The other side is constantly in the shade. That doesn't get any sun. So that's going to be like my test for what this paint is actually like. So I'm going to be doing this side tomorrow. So yeah, I think I'll put, like, you can see there, that's a way better finish already. You know what I mean? Because like you can actually properly brush it and stuff, but there's too much thinners here, so I don't think that's like the exact finish that you would get. So yeah, going to do this side tomorrow. Then this will be a test of, okay, if it is in the shade and if I am using like 10 to 15% thinners, what is the finish going to look like of that? Again, I'm not sure if I really need to give a shit because it's not the top coat, but it's going to be a good test to, you know, just like feel the movement of the paint, all that type of stuff. So that's where we're at. I'm exhausted and hungry, so I'm going to go in, I'm going to have a ciggy, I'm going to have a drink, and then I'm going to come and clean up. So success. I think it's a learning experience. I've never done this before. I've painted loads of stuff around the house. I've painted I've used a spray gun. I've sprayed a car before. That works. But yeah, I've never used this paint roll and tip method. It takes a long time. But like obviously if you were gonna be using a spray gun, you'd just get your entire boat prepped, and then, you know, you'd just be like, you just literally do the whole thing. It wouldn't actually take you that long. but there's other complications to that, isn't there? So it's not as straightforward as it sounds, I suppose. But yeah, I'm happy with it. It's gone well. Yo, morning guys. So, God, that sounded a bit flamboyant, didn't it? Morning guys. So I wanted to get on with a bit more painting today. I had to stop yesterday on the other side. Why is it pointing up there? Get down here. There we go. So yeah, I wanted to get the other side of the hull done yesterday, the port side. I got just over halfway done and a storm came out of nowhere. It wasn't predicted. No, actually it was predicted for today. It wasn't predicted for yesterday, so that was a bit annoying. And I was going to do it today, but I think the humidity is still too high. What are we on? 95% humidity and showers expected. 95% humidity, that's almost like you're breathing water. I doubt that's true, but I'm not going to risk it anyway. You cannot put it on if it's above 80%. So I'm trying to get a few other things ticked off the list. Yo, so the humidity dropped a bit, so I've been able to... Why did I come in here? I came in this room for something. Gloves, that's it. Yeah, so the humidity dropped a bit, so I was able to get that final bit of paint on there. There was little tiny bits of rain, which I'm not bothered about because it's the undercoat. I don't need any type of decent quality finish on it. It's just something for the top coat to adhere to. So I got the undercoat on the port side, and I'm just going to get some on the transom now so I can start sanding the thing back. I think I might have to put like quite a bit of extra undercoat in a few spots on the boat, especially on the starboard side, because with the sun hitting it, I wasn't using the right roller. It just didn't go on right. It's gone on much better on the port side where I've just used a normal foam roller, and that's it. I've basically not got to tip it with a brush. So yeah, I'm going to get a coat of paint on the back now, and then good to go. Basically just then need to start sanding down all this undercoat and then getting ready for the top coat, for the gloss. Let's go for it. Yo, so I think this is going to be my last day of sanding the boat. Well, sanding for the undercoat anyway. So I got the undercoat on, and I've now sanded quite a bit of it off. So basically I didn't sand all the paint off the boat. I sanded the areas of the boat where the paint was coming off or it was a little bit degraded, just to save time, and also I didn't want to strip it like all the way back, because I know that I just would have put like so many cuts and misshapes in the boat. But basically where you can see here, I've got some like white spots. So this is where, so here you can see the top layer there is like the undercoat, underneath it is the epoxy paint from the previous. Then you've got more undercoat, then you've got primer, then you've got gel coat. So I'm going to put more undercoat on these spots to basically get rid of the white. So when I put my first coat of top coat blue on, I'm not going to get any like big white spots shining through. It's just all going to be blue. There's a couple of different shades of blue, but I'm not bothered about that. I don't think that'll make a massive difference. So yeah, I've just started on the transom here. I tested out with a much lighter coat of blue on the transom, a much lighter coat of undercoat. So I'm doing this directly with 400 here. This is a really smooth finish. This is really nice. This is 220. And this is actually pretty decent, but what I'm going to do when I put the next layer of undercoat on, when I just patch up these white spots, I'm then going to go over the entire boat with 400. So I just want to get the primer or the base layer so it is like as smooth as possible. I mean, it's pretty nice now. So these areas where this was like dipped and recessed, this is now really smooth. It's feeling really good. Yeah, then so I'm just going to put some more paint around here, touch up these spots, and then I'm going to go over it all with 400 ready for a top coat. I'm hoping to do that this week, but it depends if I've got a scaffold available, unfortunately. Yo, morning time. It is, I think, 7:30 here in Killard, Greece. What I didn't show you was my second epic sanding adventure, because it was miserable. I hated my life. I wasn't in a good mood doing it, and I hate sanding. I never want to spend another moment of my life sanding. Well, I'm gonna have to spend many more moments of my life sanding. Anyway, I got the whole thing sanded. I got the transom sanded, which I had to do by hand because of the contours of the transom, I didn't want to use the orbital on it because it would have just taken off way too much paint unnecessarily. There's like a bloody, what's that? 1 minute. Now you've got my nose close up. That's better. So yeah, this was all hand sanded, and there was just a few high spots like this here, a few little bits on the rounded bits here. There's a few spots. So basically I'm just like dabbing some paint around the boat now. You can see on the side of the boat, let me head over here so you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Now I'm on the scaffold. So yeah, there's just a few spots where I'm touching up, so like that's all okay. So like there, for example, touch that up here, here, here. So there's just a few little bits now, which is great, and I can probably get this sanded off in like a day. Actually, well less than a day, because there's not that many. There's a few more spots on the other side. Don't know why, but it could be something to do with the way the undercoat actually sets and cures, because this side gets more sun and the other side doesn't. Maybe that's something to do with it. Maybe I'm talking shit, I don't know, but it's a guess. So yeah, got everything prepped here. Got my nice little tubs. Chris from Sail Hub on YouTube, marine business, good guy, he's come and tell me today, picking him up at 9:30 from Athens Airport. He got me the little sausage rollers, which are way more convenient because you don't get hard edges. So this is what I actually needed. You cannot get them in Greece anywhere. I'm pretty sure anybody who's got these over here is importing them from like the UK or Germany. So he ordered me, I think 30 of those. So I've got loads of those now. So I'm not going to have hard edges, not only when I'm doing the top sides, but also when I'm doing this round of undercoat, which will make it way nicer for sanding down by hand also. Because it's the edges that bugger you up when you're doing this, because that's the bit where it gets thick and hard and you've got to like massage it so it mixes in with the, so it like matches with the paint underneath, and that's the hard part. So that's really nice. So yeah, I'm just going to start mixing up this this paint. I'm going to paint, I'm going to sand, I'm going to paint, I'm going to sand, then I'm going to paint, and then I'm never going to sand again. And that is when the good life starts. We're going to start sanding the hull down a bit with this.
It's beautiful.
This video is sponsored by, who makes this stuff? P400. It's sponsored by
That's the great.
It's sponsored by P400. They've given us
silicon carbide finishing paper. It's beautiful stuff.
They've given us 10 pieces of sanding paper. It was a big sponsorship. I've been working on this for a while, so that's sorted.
Yeah, I think you got short-changed. There's only 6.
There's only 6.
You're supposed to get 10.
Damn it, man, they're cheap, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, and anyway,
Well,
so
we can get round a 50-foot boat with 6 sheets of paper.
6 sheets of something. I should have got more of that. Faux pas. So we're going to start sanding this side first because there's not as much sun. Then we're going to move on to the no, we can sand the transom later, that don't matter. Yeah, then we're going to sand that side. It's not too much because it's only spots. We're hand sanding because there's just dips all over the gel coat, so if you put the orbital on it, it'll just keep on taking the paint off. So hand sanding transom. Hello, for those who don't recognise me because I look like a Smurf or an Avatar alien, I'm Andrew. This is Chris. How did I end up looking so stupid and you are basically looking like... I work hard, you see, that's what it is. I work hard.
The reality of it is that Andrew's been down putting makeup on while I've been working.
I'm trying to do something new here. So Chris is just finishing off this last awkward bit here. And then this is basically it. So this is hopefully the last sanding we'll do with any undercoat. Yeah, we've got a nice finish. It's 320. It's looking good, it's looking smooth. Got a few little white bits here, but we're not that bothered about those because we're not perfectionists. But we're great at what we do, so we know we're going to get a good finish. Although we've never done this before. Optimism. So yeah, we've got all that done. We'll give it a hose down. We can't paint tomorrow because it's what is it tomorrow? It's windy tomorrow. Yeah, it's windy tomorrow. It's raining right now actually. Look at that cloud. I don't know if it's that one that's raining.
It's really bad weather in Greece.
Might be that one. But yeah, so it's windy tomorrow. Apparently there's like 25 knots coming through. So we've heard. That's what the locals are saying. The weather forecast says 7. So I don't know who to believe. The meteorologists or the people in the yard. So yeah, we're gonna going to finish this now, and then we've got... Bloody hell's that?
That's filler.
Oh, is that filler? When?
Yeah.
What did you put that in?
I did, yeah.
Oh right, sweet. Maybe I'll stop touching it then. So I'm gonna do the last bit now. I'm gonna sand the final bit off.
Let me take this. I can.
Chris
do
is
this.
gonna take you.
I'm not.
Chris is now directing this operation.
I am directing the operation. Here we go, guys. This is it.
We got 400, or is it 320?
Voyager.
This episode was sponsored by P400. So
Yeah.
this final piece here.
P400 failed though, didn't it? So we had to get a new sponsor. Right at the top, mate.
Yeah, it was buggering. This one here.
Right there. See that?
I feel it, mate.
See how much work he's really been doing. He can't even find a shiny spot.
I feel it, and Chris sands it. That's the way I'm like, yeah, sand that bit. Right, here we go.
Get in.
Mate, I'm doing a great job here. You wanna... Oh yeah.
How does it feel though?
Thanks, feels great.
How many days have you been standing for?
What, in total?
Yeah.
I think I've done about 12 days of solid sanding. But literally, like, wake up in the morning and then stop when it's like that. It looks bright on the camera. It's not, I swear. What time is it?
Don't know.
It's like 8 o'clock.
Look at that.
You can't tell the time.
I can't do it all. I can't do it all. 20 past 8, yeah.
20 past 8. So we put in long days here at Voyager. We work hard. There you go, done. Oh no, hang on.
Feels like an achievement.
Done.
Celebrate with a kebab, maybe?
Anything? Mate, I think we should celebrate with a chicken kebab. Let's go and do it. Let's go and do it. I'll say I want to take this opportunity to thank Chris for watching me work. For the past 2 days.
Work your ticket.